Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. When you smash that like button, it adds more oxygen so I can extend that as long as I possibly can. So today we're going to continue the beat making process. We're going to put this in the trap series, I guess, because technically it's trap, technically it's not trap. But I'm going to show you how to reuse your beats and songs so that you can have two songs out of one song, if that makes sense. Okay, so we made this on the live stream yesterday.
Inside my head, if I had to run around the clock and stuff. Run instead inside my head, it's just another on the clock though.
I'll show you how to reuse this and flip it for your own benefit. I'll show you in a second.
It's just another gift though. And another state inside my head, but I really can't wish though. Take it personal. Just in case you didn't want to
tap the tempo. Tap. So it's 166 BPM. Okay, so it had a cool part. So what I did and what you can do is take your existing songs, and I got this idea because one of our favorite song feedbacks was when our guy from down south somewhere, wherever he's from, he has this chop and screwed sound that's really interesting. So the first thing you could do, it depends on the song. Like if you have too much 808, it might not work, but you could pull it down -700 cents. All you have to do is read the top left of your FL screen. So before I do all this, change the mode to auto mode. Okay, don't do it stretch mode or else it won't have the same effect. So do auto mode and then pull the pitch down -700 cents. Again, you can read the top left value up there.
Inside my head, if I had to run around the clock.
And the difference is you're hearing everything slowed down, your drums, your vocals, your effects. So it's an effect you can't get in real time.
Inside my head, if I had to run around the clock.
So I thought, okay, it sounds good pulled down. What happens if we pull it up 700 cents? So this is going to change the key, by the way, for those who need to understand all the back end of it. But now it has that that 2000s vibe.
Inside my head, if I had to run around the clock and stuff. Run instead inside my head, it's just another on the clock though. If I never had a problem, I could miss.
That Kanye type of emotional sound.
And another state inside my head, but I really can't wish though. Take it personal. Just in case you didn't want to squad when you were young.
So I'm going to take just the part without the drums, so it's super easy. And let me see.
Sitting alone inside my head, thinking about all the things you said.
I'm going to take this section because it's a different tone. But I can take either tone, it doesn't matter. So we're going to chop it right there.
Sitting alone inside my.
And I'm just going to take the whole thing. You don't need to take the whole thing. I'm just taking the whole thing. So we made that on live. So now what I'm going to do is just process this. You could leave it as is, really just like that. But what I'll do is I'll hit Control L, send it to the mixer. We're going to open up another track where it's just reverb. So let's pull up Valhalla Vintage Verb. Now you can add delay before you reverb. It's up to your taste and reverb. There's no right or wrong, like creative effects. Let's add Fruity Delay 3. Where's it at? Fruity Delay 3 before the reverb. Okay, turn the dry level down. And just mess with it how you like. There's no correct way to do that. And then go back to your verb. And I like to cut out the lows and the highs just to keep it like tame. I keep mine on concert hall. And then I like to up the reverb a little bit so it has a long tail to it. Then go to your sample sound in the mixer and then left click. Okay, and it will send it to that reverb. Let's turn the reverb on.
Sitting alone inside my head, thinking about all the things you said, wondering where you came from.
So it has that vintage sound.
Is it there? Is this the reason why you left? I'm just sitting here.
So there's a couple ways you can animate this. There's a lot of ways actually. I don't want to go through every single one, but one is you can send it directly to the reverb. So now it's going to mixer channel 3. Okay, so it's its own atmosphere now. Let's open up the highs a bit. So that's another thing you could do. So that's more of like a Lil B approach to it, adding reverb directly to it. Again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. Let's pull it back to channel 2. And then you could add, to kind of spice it up a little bit, you could add gross beat to your sound. And I like to go to the time area, or this tan beige, go to quarter timing, and then create like these little volume dips. So I just right click, create right click again, go to single curve, because it lets you draw the gradient, and then right click these points in. So it dips the volume every beat. Now the cool part is you can, a lot of people don't think to do this, but you can click the down, click the down arrow, go to save preset, as left click and drag it over top of your reverb. And as long as you keep gross beat after all your effects, it will dip out the volume of your effects as well. So let me crank up the reverb just so you can hear. So if you like that sound of everything going down, you know, you could try it that way. Let's take that pump effect off, but you could use, there's different reasons why you would do that. Let's even pull it up an octave. It probably won't sound the same an octave up. It's probably gonna sound a little more grainy. It's a little sharp. It's very sharp, not even a little sharp, it's very sharp. So I would have to edit this to make it more tame. I'm not going into everything about everything about everything about everything. I'm just showing you how to reuse your own song and then flip it. Now, if you're really experimental, you could run gross beat through halftime. Now, this is why I said this is weird, because we're not used to hearing our whole song through halftime or our whole song pitched down. So now it's chopping it up into different pieces. And it has the grain because we pulled it up an octave. Now, if you want, what you could do is, if that's too much, you can go back to your gross beat, pull your time knob down, and blend it in. I don't like that full octave, I just like the 700. Let's pull it back. Oops, wrong, I did 695. 5 off, let's pull it back to 700. So that's where I like it, and that's a perfect fifth up from the original key. So I'm gonna, so you can automate the amount of gross beat. I'll just show you just so you can understand what I'm talking about. So I'll turn it, it'll automate so it will move over time. So look at this knob. So you get a really unique sound. So it's similar to a Formant filter, but it's different because it's not using real Formant. Now you have a whole different vibe. So I'll even do that. Let's hear what it sounds like over, like if we kept the song going, let's hear what that would sound like. It may sound cool, it might not. I forgot we have the drums, so that's not gonna really sound good in halftime. Kind of hard though. Even though it's chaotic, it sounds kind of hard. Yeah, because 808's going through halftime. I don't know how to make that work properly, but I'm just gonna let it go because it's an experimental thing. is chaotic. I'm just listening. But one last experiment before we wrap is to pull this up 100%. Let's just see what it sounds like full on halftime, so that the drums all work together instead of blending.
Take it, just in case you squad with me. Wanna know why I hate so miss. I've been dipping on that gutter shit. Yeah, I'm with the toe and shit. When I get this corner,
so here's another what's the word I'm looking for? Another alternative if you don't want to use gross beat and you want the whole thing that feels slowed down, but you don't want to like have it chop up like that, because gross beat chops it up. So what I'm going to do is run a plugin. I haven't run this plugin in a long time. It's called Lo-Fi Playtime. And what you can do is hit slow mode and then turn off, I think we could turn off the shine. I don't think that does anything. And you can mess with the spread if you want. I'm gonna pull it down to 0. Keep the mix on 100. And then we can set the bass time. So we can set this to 2 bars. So it should listen to 2 bars if I remember how this works. I think it's reversing something. Hold on a sec. Oh, let's turn off the reverse. So it listens to 2 bars instead of just the 1 bar and repeating that 1 bar. So now you have a little more to work with. Might be a little too slow for you, but you could also speed it up. This is kind of funny here. Uh-oh, did I break my computer? I think so. So since I broke my computer, we're gonna wrap it here. I don't think I broke it. I think it just screen got froze. Okay, so so you heard it. So here's the main melody we created. So if you want to learn more, go to busyworksbeats.com/trap to learn more about how to make melodies for trap. Okay, so try it out. A lot of cool stuff. Go to busyworksbeats.com/trap for a bunch of free drums, free sounds, free project files, free tutorials, a lot of stuff there. Again, I'll leave the link below. It's Game from busyworksbeats.com.